On the days that you don't feel creative, how do you output, or do you just let yourself be?
So having a creative rut is almost like just being like in a deep depression, at least for me. Like I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But I push myself to still create. And I think a lot of artists will find that they like become perfectionists. And then when you go into a creative rut, you think it's a rut because what you're creating isn't like your best work or like your number one hit, or like it doesn't top the last thing you did. But I've found that I don't like to think of it as a creative rut. I like to think of it as me just needing to like take some time to sit in my art instead of constantly trying to like beat the last thing that I did. So I still push myself to create something, even if it's bad. I think it's like any relationship. Like you just kind of have to like let it sit within itself and respect what you're doing.
What's your songwriting process?
I really like to be outside in nature when I'm writing. And I also like to meditate first, because I feel like that helps me really center the intention of what I'm writing about. And sometimes I'll even like ask myself what it is that I want to write about before I go into my meditation, and then I just like take that oneness and that peacefulness that I just spent the last like however many minutes feeling, and then I'll go into like a really deep like creative session. So it's almost like my songwriting is like meditating for me in a way also. I felt like that for a while, but I think that's the first time I've actually like put it that way. Sometimes it even feels like my songwriting is like part of my meditating.
So you've said before that your dream collaboration is with maybe SZA or Kalani, and maybe even Princess Nokia, now that you guys are going to meet very soon. What do you think a song with SZA would sound like?
First of all, it would be a positive energy, high vibrational song, but it would be about spending time alone. So like I think something that I've been meaning to write about lately, or like write a song about, is realizing that it's like okay to be alone with yourself. And so I've been testing out some little hooks about like working out and cleansing your aura, like a feel good, almost, it's like a bad bitch song, but like an independent bad bitch song, Yeah, talking about like keeping your aura bright and focusing on like what makes you feel good and not letting anything distract you. And I can totally see SZA writing something like insanely fire on a track like that, for sure. Have her do like a little verse and then have both of us come in at the end for some harmonies before you get back into that hook.
I already hear it. I'm already a fan. I'm already in my head. That's like
yes.
And the song you wrote about how you let go of the love of your life to learn how to be alone. What advice would you have for women or even people in general who are really trying to grow outside of feelings of codependency and feeling like you need someone to feel okay?
Change is gonna be uncomfortable. No matter what the change is, it's gonna be uncomfortable. Like, for example, when you work out a lot, it hurts. Like you get little calluses right here and it hurts really bad, but it's making you stronger. And the calluses are actually kind of like protecting your skin from getting hurt and growing like an extra layer. So I kind of like to think of breakups like calluses, because each of them adds something to you and teaches you how to protect yourself, teaches you how to recognize red flags, teaches you what exactly you want in a relationship and what kind of behavior you will and won't tolerate. I don't think that you can actually really learn how to be in a healthy relationship with somebody else if you haven't been in a healthy relationship with yourself. And that's something that I had to learn the hard way. Like I literally was in relationships since I was 15 years old and never allowed myself the chance to heal and like be alone and realize that like I had some trauma to work through or I was never going to have a healthy, successful relationship. And healing is definitely not linear. It's hard and change is uncomfortable, but like I said, relationships are like calluses and they're all going to teach you something.
That hit me deep particularly, so thank you for that. I was like, yes, I feel that in my soul. Are we getting an album?
EP first, Technically, it's going to be like an EP type project. It's not going to be a debut album, but there's going to be 7 to 10 songs. No features on this one. I think I want to save the features for the debut album.
Makes
I
sense.
want to use like this. I want to use this project to, now that like woman has built so much momentum, and I actually have found, you know, a pretty decent fan base, like a great fan base for beginner level artists. It's absolutely insane. I found my people, and I really want to use this momentum to speak to them some more, let them get to know me some more, um, showcase some different sides of my artistry. And then, you know, in summer, I have a lot of performances and tour coming up. Um, and then I have Firefly, and I'm hoping to book some more festivals in the fall. And then after I've done all that, I think it'll be perfect timing for a debut album.